people can never believe in themselves
I can't learn anything from you unless you want to talk about you.
until someone believes in them.
You can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing.
And you're sitting on a winning lottery ticket. I'd do anything to have what you got.
And some never know how much they can have
I love you.
until they discover how much they can give. Robin Williams, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Stellan Skarsgård, and Minnie Driver. Good Will Hunting, a film by Gus Van Sant.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. I'm Ryan Murphy.
I'm Josh Williams.
And today we are giving you a real-time look back at, and look back and review, I'd say almost, of Good Will Hunting.
It's the 20th anniversary.
It is the 20th anniversary. Putting this up, I think tonight, December 4th, and tomorrow, December 5th, December 5th, 1997 was the release date for Good Will Hunting in limited theaters in 1997. 20 years ago, for those of you who don't know, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote this movie so that they could star in it. It was bought by, it was bought by Miramax.
We don't want to talk about that.
It was bought by Miramax and produced with Robin Williams in the next lead role, Casey Affleck, Minnie Driver. Turned into just a phenomenal movie. And part of the reason I want to do this is I work as a substitute teacher, and I sometimes bring this movie up to students because it's one of my absolute all-time favorites.
Same.
And a lot of them have never heard of it. And the ones who have love it. And it's a film that I think crosses all boundaries. It's like, teenagers love it, the film critics
Crosses all
love it.
ages, in my opinion,
Everyone, it's just a great movie. If you're not, people who aren't super into melodramas, I certainly wasn't when I watched the movie, but it's just so captivating. It sucks everyone in. And
you have to admit,
I wanted to make this to sort of to promote anyone who's young and hasn't heard of it. This is the film. If you like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, thank this film. So.
Everyone knows who follows on our channel knows how at odds we are of what we consider to be like great movies, great films. There's very few movies that we can actually say together are great films. This is one of them. And I think when he talked about just what makes it so great, in part it's due to Robin Williams, for sure. He is number one. Robin Williams just made this movie, but also at the same time, Matt Damon. While he did write this movie, he acted the shit out of this, as well as Robin Williams, which gave him his Academy Award. I mean, this was the first, in this time frame, when this came out, Robin Williams was really just mostly doing comedic
Well, that's
roles.
not really true. Dead Poets Society and a
Dead
lot
Poets,
of other movies.
yes, and you can say Good Morning Vietnam, or maybe even Mrs. Doubtfire, but this was... It had some serious moments there. But what I'm saying is, this was the first one where you took him extremely seriously. I mean, he did it right out of the gate.
It certainly is for people. It certainly is for a lot of people who have not seen him in the dramatic roles that he has been in. This might be a nice change of pace for
Definitely.
that. But
I mean, his performance captivated you with the entire film. And when him and Matt Damon are on screen, I think that was some of the best chemistry between actors as far as acting against each other I think I've ever seen.
I think while I was thinking about this, what distill it down to what makes it a great movie. I mean, first of all, it's a great story. It's just a captivating story that everyone can kind of relate to about okay, it's kind of hard to relate to some of the specifics, like he's a genius and but I mean, I think there's something very human about the story that we all see. We all see in it, and it's it's about reaching your potential, and it's about using our gifts, and it's about vocation. It's about finding where you're meant to be, and it's about human foibles that this guy has that only certain people can help him with. Problems that he's been causing himself. It's character versus self in many respects. It's got captivating characters, and just brilliant performances by Matt Damon and Robin Williams. Like you said, whenever they're on screen together, it's amazing. And the dialogue in this film, I think, is what sells it. There's whether it's Will Hunting schooling someone or just there's a couple different huge monologues he has showing off how smart he is, and there's also this very philosophic side to the film where they talk about these things and they have these fascinating conversations, especially between Robin Williams and Stellan Skarsgård, or between Robin Williams and Matt Damon. Everyone in this film, Ben Affleck, Minnie Driver, Casey Affleck, we know is a huge favorite of ours in this film, the comedic relief.
Not just him, but some of the great comedic releases, not just with Casey Affleck, but with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon too. Like there was this moment where it's not really a spoiler. I mean, kind of it's going to ruin the film for you. But one of my favorite moments is with anytime Matt Damon's character and Ben Affleck's character hanging out, like at a bullpen, kind of like throwing balls at each other, like someone like baseballs at each other, and whatnot, or just like when they're at the bars drinking, talking the shit. Those are some really great like lighthearted moments where it kind of takes a break from the tension of what's the main focal point of the story, and it really added a lot to it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just great. It has all the great dialogue between the friends. You see him come and hang out with his friends. It's a film largely about, that's one half of the story. It's his relationship with his friends and how that's where he feels secure. I don't want to get too into the plot of the film, but it's about that friendship and the other relationships he makes, and every side of his life is covered brilliantly. And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon had their choice of director when they got the film bought. They chose Gus Van Sant. They sort of kind of made his career in a sense. But the film is just beautifully directed, beautifully shot. And the other thing that we have to mention is the music.
The music.
The music is by not only Danny Elfman's score, but the original songs by Miss Misery. There's one or two moments in this film where when one of his songs come on, I could lose it. Like, that's just me as like film perfection. That's why we do this, So.
Definitely. And I wanted to bring up before, I'm going to bring it out. You can, if you hang out with us at any point in time ever, you can tell that we quote a lot of movies and a lot of quotes from this movie. And a lot of it is Casey Affleck's lines.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon had great comedic relief, but he was the comedic relief, like you said. I mean, I can't get into it now because people who haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything.
Morgan!
But that is what's great about this movie. It has, great comedic relief. It has serious focal point story and absolutely amazing performances. If you have not seen this yet, why not?
Yeah.
And I definitely suggest check it out. I think right now it used to be on Netflix. It's not anymore, but it is on HBO Go. If you have it, if not,
just pay up.
Just
pay
up the dough.
$2.99 for on Amazon.
Yep, or on Vudu and rent it. It's well worth your time.
It's literally one of those films that just like every moment is just captivating. It's like a perfect freaking film, and everyone who watches it loves it. It's amazing. Flashback to '97. It won Best Original Screenplay. The screenplay, every moment is just amazing as it goes on. Best Supporting Actor for Robin Williams. It lost basically everything else to Titanic that year, which is another film that we might do a 20th anniversary thing for. A big deal for the film in and of itself. But this film, I think, for our money, was definitely the best of '97. Definitely in our top 5, I would say, for both of us.
For me, top 10 favorite of all time. It's definitely, it's really close. I mean, it's really up there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So. All right, folks, that'll do us for today. Have you seen Good Will Hunting? If not, does this make you want to see Good Will Hunting? Leave your comments in the section below about the film, and like and subscribe to our channel so you can see more of our various content in the future. Until next time, I'm Ryan Murphy.
I'm Josh Williams.
And thank you for keeping it real.
With ReelTime.